Let's see, we are down to TV, and yeah, so this is what I probably want to like get your opinion on. So I saw an article that said there are talks of How I Met Your Mother spinoff.
What?
Yeah, so like reading this, I they said that I think the show is going to be basically called uh, How I Met Your Father, right?
Ah.
So it's gonna be a different group of friends. I think a different group of friends. I think like not all females, but like maybe still the mix like it was with
Okay.
How I Met Your Mother,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like I guess maybe female perspective. I don't know.
Interesting.
So, but they said that they were gonna did they hang out at a bar?
Yes, they hang out at a bar called McLaren's.
Okay, so they're gonna use that bar for like this to make sure like they're connected in a way, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but yeah, like from what How I Met Your Mother is like showing, um, do you think like well you haven't seen there's no pictures of like the new cast anyways,
Right.
but you can see like they can connect that show to like a spinoff and
I think so. I mean, like, well, I guess I guess I'll talk about it. So basically, like, I know, like, in How I Met Your Mother, there's always like random like guest stars or like random like people they'll encounter or like they'll talk about in the show. Like, there was one episode where there were like the woo girls in the bar. So basically, they were
Mhm.
like a bunch of like college age girls or older that are like always like went like woo when everything happened because like there was like something crappy going on within their lives. Like like oh like I have a full time job. I can't find a boyfriend or like
Yeah.
like have three kids, can't function well, that kind of thing.
Okay. Okay.
But
So
in
okay.
yeah, but like in terms of this, like my thoughts on that though is like I mean I love How I Met Your Mother. I've watched it like since like season one.
Mhm.
But like I don't know, I'm not too keen on the spin-off idea because how many spin-offs have you guys like personally like seen that like have like succeeded?
The only one I could think of was like Joey, and Joey didn't
Yeah,
succeed
but
at
how
all.
well did that do though?
Yeah, he didn't succeed
Right?
at all.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
did you ever used to watch Scrubs, Mark?
Uh, an episode here and there, but not like really watched it.
Okay, because like what they did, like they aired their final episode, but what happened was the creator of Scrubs decided to try to, I guess he got like some permission to do one more season,
Hmm.
but when that season came out, it was horrible. Like
Yeah, yeah,
they really could have ended it on season eight and like just ended there, and then season nine was just a horrible mess. So.
yeah. And I remember we were mentioning that like it could have ended a season like season 8 and it would have been fine, right?
Yeah.
You were mentioning that? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. And then that was for Scrubs, and like for How I Met Your Mother, I know like this is the thing. This whole like, I mean, I don't know if they can create a cast like quite. I don't like you said, we don't know who the stars will be for the new for that spinoff. But at the same
Mhm.
time, we've had like people like Jason Segel or Allison Hannigan or Neil Patrick Harris,
Yeah.
like those guys that just made the show like so memorable.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like
Exactly.
they all bring like such personality to each of their characters. And
Okay.
like, and not to mention, like, I'm actually speaking of How I Met Your Mother. I was very interested to know, like, apparently the final episode is gonna be called "How Your Mother Met Me."
Okay.
Yeah, so like,
Maybe, I guess maybe her perspective and how.
exactly, yeah,
Okay.
it might be her perspective, like how she met Ted on the final episode. So I'm looking forward to it. It should be interesting because I
Okay.
really enjoyed tonight's episode. It was interesting.
Okay. So you're a little iffy, but about it, but you're kind of curious at the same time.
Exactly, like I'd watch it like one episode to see if it was any good,
Hmm.
but if I hated it, it's like okay, nope, not
Yeah.
watching the rest of the
No,
season.
thank you. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I got you. I got you. Okay.
yeah.
So let's see. What else? Okay. So another show that you watch, Agents of Shield. They said they're gonna have an episode that's gonna follow up after Thor: Dark World.
Ooh.
So yeah, I mean, I want to this concept of like maybe like TV show following up after a movie. It's been around, right? I want to say it's been around.
I want to say that
Not,
too, but
yeah,
I can't really think of any, to be honest with you. Like, I'm sure maybe it has happened,
yeah.
but like, this is kind of cool. Like, I haven't seen it. If it has happened, I haven't seen it very often. So the fact
Mhm.
that they're doing this and like they're keeping the continuity alive, that makes me really like,
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah, that's the part that's cool is that a TV show is gonna follow up after like a big movie, and I think like I'm thinking like one of the instances that something like that happened was like the GI Joe and Transformers like series, like after they had their movies, like they kind of
Mm.
follow up after that, you know, yeah,
Like TV series wise, or like like comic book wise.
TV series wise,
Okay.
yeah.
Huh.
So like after the whole like with Optimus Prime dying, and then it was all about not Rodimus, yeah, Hot Rod, yeah,
Yeah. I'm
Rodimus.
sorry. You're talking about. I'm sorry. You're talking about the '80s one. I thought you were talking about
The
like
'80s, yeah,
Rodimus and like.
yeah. I'm sorry. I'm talking about the
Okay.
'80s. Yeah,
I was like,
'80s. That's
wait,
the
there's
only
another
instance.
Transformers show in the past decade.
I ain't gonna lie, I got lost at first too. I ain't gonna lie. Huh? What? I
Yeah.
ain't heard about
No, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. Like, so that concept. That's the only thing I remember is like GI Joe and Transformers, the '80s cartoons
Okay.
that
Okay. I
had that
gotcha.
concept. So yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's pretty cool. Like, TV show that if movies that are connected to TV shows, or they just need to make it interconnectable. I think. So
Definitely.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And
It's
let's
coming out in
see.
3 days.
Mhm. All right. Okay. Okay, so one more. Okay, so last segment for Doug, and then Doug's gonna head out. So with comics, I don't know if you heard, Doug, but DC Comics is moving to the West Coast.
Really? So
What?
like the publishing offices and stuff, or?
Yeah. So like, I think they were based in L.A. and New York, right?
Oh.
So New York is closing up, and they're all moving to Burbank. Um,
Hmm.
but I don't know. I mean, I don't know exactly. I don't know the business side of it, but I don't know what that will do for them in terms of like
Hmm.
moving all on like maybe one building or just one area.
Maybe we can
Uh,
work there.
all right. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I haven't foreseen like me moving down to Burbank, but yeah, maybe. So yeah. I mean, I guess just maybe everybody just being together. It doesn't have to be like phone conference type,
Hmm.
for any ideas these guys are going back and forth with. But yeah, I mean that's a kind of a pretty big deal in the comics world.
Yeah. Well, not to mention Warner Brothers is actually, I mean, Warner Brothers owns DC.
That's true too. Yeah,
Yeah, so like like it's and Warner Brothers is based in SoCal, so I guess it makes sense that they literally are in like one office like back in their hometown
yeah.
or yeah.
Okay, no, that makes sense actually. I never thought of it that way. 'Cause, yeah, that's of course because they have like all the animated shows
Exactly.
and movies and all that stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, so it's one central headquarters. I guess it's a little easier for them.
Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool. Okay, and the final thing I have for you, Doug, is yeah. So I'm pretty sure you're caught up with like Transformers comics and stuff.
Hmm.
So I saw this thing called I guess maybe like not an event or something for
Yeah.
their next event or something. So what's Dark Cybertron about?
Right, right. So basically, what happened was in the comic books, basically what happened was like I guess like so the Autobots and Decepticons had like another like conflict with one another as usual,
Mhm.
as per usual. So Megatron got revived because he got like I think I told you earlier, like Megatron was
That's right.
jacked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got like jacked up earlier, but he got brought back because some of the Decepticons decided not to like subjugate themselves under Autobot rule and like rebuild Megatron, but
Yeah.
there was this crazy resolution where basically like Megatron got like owned again. Because I guess Ironhide found Superion in the desert somewhere, and like Superion like owned Megatron.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
but I guess what happened was like, so Starscream ended up becoming the leader of Cybertron somehow
Yeah.
because he killed someone that was important to like. So there were three factions at the point. There were the Autobots, Decepticons, and
Mhm.
there were a third faction like a neutral faction called the Nails.
The name.
It was like an abbreviation for like I think
Okay.
non-Autobot something something. They were a neutral force. They were
Okay.
they were Cybertronians though. So basically, Starscream killed the leader of the neutral force.
So he basically did like a Norman Osborn of Secret Invasion.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So he took out so he was Metal. He took out the guy's name was Metal Hawk. So he killed him. He basically exiled he exiled both the Autobots and Decepticons. So basically, he took on anyone who would just follow him.
Anybody that's aligned for a different faction, yeah.
Exactly. So Starscream's like, no, I want to unite Cybertron. No Autobots, no Decepticons. But of course, it's all just a means just to give himself power.
Okay. So So what does Dark Cybertron have to do with everything that's going on with the two comic book series? As of what you think? Yeah. What do you think?
Right.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So basically, what's happening is everyone knows who You guys know. You know who Shockwave is, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So Shockwave is basically planning to usurp Starscream and do stuff. Capture. Yeah. He's basically planning to do stuff in Cybertron, behind Starscream's back and kind of take it over for himself.
Okay.
So what's happening is Optimus. Optimus doesn't go by Optimus anymore. He goes by Ryan Pax now because he gave him the Matrix.
That's right. I forgot he had a name.
Yeah.
I forgot he had Ryan Pax.
Yeah. So he's actually, he's same body, same form, but he's just a Ryan Pax now. He's like, I don't want the Matrix anymore. He gave half of it to Bumblebee, half
I don't want to be leader.
Yeah, he gave half of it to Rodimus, and he gave half of it to Bumblebee. So what's happening? I guess everyone's kind of converging back to Cybertron, because there was a group that went off Cybertron, there was a group that stayed, and I guess basically the group the group that stayed had that miniature civil war. The group that left is still exploring the cosmos. That's right. Yeah, so basically what's happening is Orion/Optimus is going to come back to the Rodimus' crew and tell them that something's going on back on Cybertron. There's more than just Starscream. There's Shockwave and some other crazy madness going on that we have to get ready for. So he's going to have Rodimus and his crew go back to Cybertron, and then they got to go find Bumblebee and his crew and then try to reunite everybody.
Okay. Oh, okay. So I did remember reading something about it. They said that there's somebody that's trying to find a past civilization. Yeah.
Yeah. They're trying to find the Knights of Cybertron. That was Rodimus' crew.
Something else beyond that though. Maybe they called it the Dark Age of Cybertron.
Yes.
Okay. So who? Okay, I don't know exactly who, but yeah, somebody's trying to find that, and basically bringing that back doesn't actually mean that it's going to be a good thing. It could actually be a bad thing.
Bad thing.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if this is a very obscure kind of thing. He was kind of a comics exclusive character. Did you ever hear the name G-Axis?
G-Axis? No.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a brief history. So G2 they made Generation 2 comics back in the 90s. It basically took place after the Generation 1 comics in the Transformer comics from Marvel made. Basically, G-Axis was this ancient Cybertronian. So he was one of the very he wasn't one of the original 13 Transformers, but he's one of the the more older Transformers.
Yeah.
So basically, he's the one that taught Shockwave everything he knew. He was a scientist.
Okay.
And what happened was he was part of this crew under the Prime back then. He was called Nova Prime, but Nova Prime was basically a evil Prime essentially, because he was kind of more of a conquest. He had this very scary looking alternate mode. So basically, Nova Prime was was more of a conqueror. So he was more trying to enslave planets under for Cybertron for them to take possession of it.
Yeah.
Kind of like what Sentinel was in the movies or the Michael Bay films.
Okay.
Yeah. That was more of his motivations. So basically, what happened was Nova Prime's crew, including Jaxus, went into some place called the Dead Universe.
Okay.
And that's basically we're obviously Dead Universe is kind of dark and scary stuff happened there. And there's this thing called the Anti-Matrix there that pretty much can cause destruction and ruin. So I'm guessing Dark Cybertron is gonna be connected to that Dead Universe.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So and that's basically an event or just.
Yeah.
Or okay. All right. That's pretty interesting. Yeah. So I mean, there you go. Hold on. I think we just recheck everything. Yeah, I think that's about it for you.
Alrighty.
So cool. Okay. I did get one question that maybe you can answer.
Sure.
Let's see. Hold on. Whoa. Where did I find? Okay. Let's see. Robin Olofisson. Robin. Okay. Because they did posted a comment on it. So he asked PS4 or Xbox and why? Quick.
Okay,
reason.
okay. For me, I had to go with PS4.
Okay.
Just because yeah, well, I've been a Sony fan for a while. I mean, I've had like I started in like a PS2 and I got a PS3, and then if I were to get one, I'd go PS4.
Yeah.
PS4 because also like I mean, while I do have to get a PS Plus subscription for online, PS Plus gives me free games.
Yeah.
With Xbox, like I know how to pay a subscription for Xbox, but what do I get from Live?
Yeah.
I get an avatar. Woo, big whoop.
Yeah.
And then yeah, I mean like with the PS4, like I can. I'm also waiting for Kingdom Hearts to come out on that one. I mean, I know it's gonna be on Xbox One too, but like it wouldn't feel right to me to play it on an Xbox. Because like Kingdom Hearts it's been on Sony and Nintendo all this time. It just feels weird for me to have it on Xbox One.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean that's my short answer. I can explain a little more, but I take up too much time. So
No. It's okay. That's fine. No, that's good. That's good. So okay, cool. All right, go ahead, get some rest, Doug, and
all right,
thank
I'm
you
gonna
very
leave
much.
you guys with this beautiful image of Power Ranger interestingness. All right, guys. Good night.
All right, take it easy.
Good night, man.
All right, good night, guys.
The Turbo
That's
Rangers. Oh man, Turbo Rangers on like unicycles and stuff.
funny.
We were going off on that. Okay, so I hope that answers your question, Robin. Actually, I'll probably answer a little bit later at the end of the show.